What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone for a live show. Was out for 2 days, but I'm back. I want to say a lot of things happened, but actually not a lot of things happened. Though, apparently, according to, well, the latest updates, it's gonna get moving in the next couple of days. Yeah, you heard it. It's the next couple of days. They didn't work today because it's a holiday in Italy. Not that the work has been done the last couple of days. But yeah, basically it is moving, and I think like we all talked about, or we talked about 2 days ago or 3 days ago, that every deal that we're in right now, almost, doesn't depend on us. Basically, it doesn't depend just on us. Like, other teams are involved, teams we're actually not dealing with, and they are apparently holding up any type of movement, if you need to believe the media. And why wouldn't we believe the media? Because we have nobody else right now. So what are the latest updates? Let's start off. Yeah, I saw the Nico Gonzalez news. We didn't really discuss Conceição live. Also Koopmeiners, a little update here and there, but let's focus on the player that actually should have been signed already, if you go by how the news was reported at the start of the week, and that's Kalulu. Because the way that news was reported was a Monday. I think it was Monday. It felt like, yeah, that's a done deal. That's how it went. Like, that's how they reported that news. That Milan are not accepting, and then a couple hours later, yeah, Milan are accepting, agreed terms with Kalulu, and it's just a matter of ironing out the details. And then, you know, he's basically a J medical to have his medicals. Now, on Kalulu, everybody knows what I think about him, but I will talk about that as well in a sec. But that deal right now, that Kalulu deal, and I will say it again because people think I'm harsh, but I don't think it's harsh. And I'm talking specifically about the Kalulu deal and the center back situation at this club right now, and the way it has been dealt with all summer long is banter. Like, there's no other way to describe that. Again, I'll repeat myself. I'm talking about the center back, carousel, the center back situation during this transfer window and the month leading up to the transfer window. Up to this point, that's what I'm talking about, including Kalulu, is banter. And I'm not even talking about Kalulu's quality. I'm talking about Kalulu sitting there thinking, should I join Juve? That's where we are right now. That plan C or D is not sure if he wants to join Juve, because he's not sure if he is gonna play. Is he going to play at Milan if he stays? Probably, because, well, he's going to be there and he will get some opportunities. But Milan are so desperate to get him out that they told Juve, you can get him on loan. No obligation, just loan. Just, yeah, take him off our hands. That's the situation at Milan. And still, he's not convinced to join Juve. That, in itself, for me, is extremely worrying. Besides the point that he's plan C, the fact that he's not even sure or determined to come in and believe in himself, I'm going to outplay Danilo or Federico Gatti, is extremely worrying to me on so many levels. On so many levels, because we need a center back. We definitely need a center back. We needed an upgrade in center back. He's not an upgrade for me anyways. But now, even if he joins, I'm going to look at it and I'm like, he's not even sure if he wants to be here. Is he actually 100% committed to play for his place and actually play for that contract? You know, I know, and again, it's his own career. I can see why he's sitting there. I can see his point of view a little bit, where he's sitting there and it's like, it's a loan. If it doesn't work out, then I'm go back to Milan. You know, that's my team again. Then what? I get that situation, but if you're really that guy, if you really believe in yourself, you're like, I'll take it. I understand that I was injured for an entire season, and I fully understand that no team is gonna commit to me from the get-go. He should be understanding that, or like that's how I would be personally, because I know I've been out for a season. I get why a club is not committing 1,000% to me. I get it, but I believe in myself. I'm gonna go to Juve. I talk to Motta, and I'm gonna play I'm gonna outplay Gatti or Danilo, no matter who that is, or pick your name. Dino say Milan is not desperate to get Kalulu out. Economy stable over there. They're desperate. I'm sorry. If they loan out a player with no obligation, you're desperate. I don't want to hear it. You know, you are very extremely open to get that player out of your squad. That's it. That's all. Like, if you loan out a player with no obligation, you are just happy to get him off the books for one season. That's it. For me, that's desperate. You know, and if he stays, yes, he will play. He will play some minutes because injuries and so on, so on. I get it. You know, whatever. You know, I'm not saying he's gonna ride the bench the entire season. I get it. But the fact that he's not convinced to come in, and outplay no matter who is in that back position, like, it actually terrifies me. I really do. And on top of that, I don't even rate Kalulu that highly. Yeah, versatile, but like, it's like when we talked about Bernardeschi, and everybody was saying, oh, but he's versatile, but he was rubbish. No matter what position he played, he was straight up garbage. So you can be versatile, but if you're not good in any positions, that I don't care that you're versatile, yes or no. I wasn't looking at Kalulu to be an upgrade. I can see Kalulu coming in and Motta actually not playing him over Danilo or Gatti. I can see that happening. I really do. He's probably not going to tell Kalulu that, but I can see it happen. I can envision him riding bench all season long because Motta's like, yeah, man, I'm going to use you, but you're not my main guy. It's just I need somebody to come in. That's how it feels for me, and that's extremely worrying as well. The deal in itself, we're in this situation where I made peace with the fact that we're not going to sign a center back that's going to be here for the long-term future, you know, of quality. I made my peace with that. I just said, don't waste money. We're going to waste if we get it, or like we're going to spend, not waste. We're going to spend 3.5 million euros to loan him for one season. It's no obligation, whatever. I made my peace with it. It's still a shambolic situation. For me, it's complete banner, you know, from renewing Rugani to Motta coming in and saying, I don't need Rugani. That's crazy. To sign Diallo and then sell him, to go for Calafiori, then realizing, man, with 25 million off, to go into Toribo, agreeing with Toribo for ages, and then when the deal was closed, he gets to West Ham. To this situation, like, I can only describe that as banter, because the quality targets were here, and we ended up here. Like, I don't even know how to describe that. Sure, if it makes you happy, I know for it's not like that. It doesn't make me happy at all that Kalulu is joining. So I'm not sure. You know, if you think Milan are not desperate, then that's fine. You know, but Milan are loaning out a player with no obligation to buy. They want get these players off the books. We loan out players just to get them off the books. We've done it, or you've not been part of this club for many years. We have loaned a ton of players out, and they're all coming back just because we need to get rid of him. Higuain was a loan, no obligation. It kicked in. Or it should have been kicked in, and then we moved him on. You know, or we terminated his contract. Even worse, Arthur. Like, the list goes on. Like, name the players we loaned out just to get them out. That's what Milan are doing. And yes, if these players stay, we are going to use them. I know Dino's a Milan fan. I get it. You know, fine, whatever. And if these players stay, we're going to use... If a big offer comes in for Milik, the club is like, goodbye, Milik. But if he stays, they're going to use Milik. That's what Kalulu... But if you loan out a player with no obligation to buy, being a club, and it's not an 18-year-old kid, you're desperate to get him out. I'm sorry, I don't want to hear it. I will read out the chat in a second, people, and hit the like button because we only have 31 likes. That's not good enough. Let's get to at least 75 likes before we end the stream. Also tomorrow, new live show, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be something different, which I'm looking forward to, so stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a bit later, but still you can rewatch it, but stay tuned. But yeah, that's basically the quote-unquote the closest deal, and every single day that passes, it's like Kalulu is just thinking it through, but he will say yes. I'm like, that's not real reporting. If he's gonna say yes, then what the hell is he thinking through? Then he would have said yes. So those reports, you can pick them up and throw them away. How can you report that a player is thinking about it, but he's going to say yes? Like, that makes no sense whatsoever. If he's gonna say yes, there's nothing to think over. Basically, you just say yes and you keep it moving. Because actually, right now, he's even making like if he's worried about playing time, he is making it worse right now. Like, if you're worried about playing time, you like, but still in the back of your mind, you're like, I'm probably gonna end up there. You just say yes ASAP. You get ASAP in that squad even before that Como game, and you integrate yourself in the squad as soon as possible. You thinking it over makes it kind of worse, because you're losing even more time to actually get in that squad. Danilo's not 100% fit, according to reports. He's a bit behind in fitness. Like, this is the ideal moment to come in, basically. But he's not even doing that. So, yeah, for me, it makes me sad, but the situation makes me sad. That's that one. Let's see what will happen. Like, everything is agreed with his agent, which is also the weird part. With Milan, everything is agreed. Everything is agreed, So, it's a very surreal situation, in my opinion. If that deal doesn't go through Kalulu, I can come on and say, oh, man, good, I don't rate Kalulu, but it's not going to help me. Like, we still need a center back. Like, what's then? Plan Z? Who the hell... Like, if you don't sign Kalulu, if you fail to sign Kalulu, then who the hell are you going to sign? Like, if Giuntoli fails to sign Kalulu, oh my days. Like, oh my days. And forget about when people say it's not banter. I'm talking about that part specific. I'm not talking about that midfield and whatsoever. But if you want to talk about that midfield, you're chasing Koopmeiners and it takes ages. And up front, you are in a weird situation, Yeah. Kalulu only makes about 1 million in salary. How is it affecting Milan books? The only thing Kalulu have not said, yes, it's because one's guaranteed more playing time. He's 5th Milan choice. Yeah, thanks for making my point. He's a 5th choice, so Milan are very happy to move him on. Like I don't get it. Like, I'm not sure what you're trying to say right here. Milan are very open to get a player out on loan and obligation. Yeah, like that just says it all. Again, people, if you want to say something, put the chats in again, because I'm sorry. I cannot, for some reason, YouTube is not allowing me to scroll up top completely. So, apologies. I do not understand people coming for Giuntoli's head already. It's the first time already, made huge upgrades in midfield. People forget we have no money. I'm not coming for him, by the way. I said I gave him 2 full summers before I make my full assessment, my personal assessment. However, in the meantime, if there are deals that I don't like or are weird, I'm going to call it out. The Rugani one is weird. You telling players you're not part of the team, and then Como game on Monday, you only have 2-3 subs. I'm sorry, I need to call that out. Like, or am I unrealistic? Because we play Como on Monday, and we have, I don't know, Cabal and Fagioli on the bench. That's not normal. Like, that's absolutely not normal. We should be calling that out. That's fine, because that's poor business. Like, this is very poor business, because you have 5-6 players, and Arthur, nobody knows where he is, training on their own, and they're not willing to move because they want to stay at the club. They have big wages, or asking for big wages. So it is a messy situation right now. Don't make any deals with Italian clubs anymore. Fuck them. Go France, Germany, Spain. Well, I said it 1,000 times. Facundo can stay. Well, that will be Plan Z, basically. That will be Plan Z. Facundo staying will be absolutely the last result. You don't have a versatile player, but it's just, we need bodies. We need players in. So, let me see. Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking up if some news broke, but I don't think any news broke, to be honest. I saw Malta did another interview. Should I read it out? No, I will keep that interview for later. I'm sorry. But yeah, what was I saying? Do you think Atalanta accepts the latest bid for Koop? The crazy thing is Kalulu will not have a better offer. I'm assuming no. I'm assuming no. So yeah, I mean, I can see like again. We have a budget to sign one player cash, no loan, not obligation, and like with cash, I mean we can pay a lot up front basically, and that's Koopmeiners. That I understand. That is a situation of the club. So I get the loans, offers, and so on, so on. However, that doesn't excuse Giuntoli to be in mid-August, and we play like Serie A kicks off on Saturday. We play on Monday, and your new coach, who you brought in to build a new Juve side, a new team, you're asking him two things: one, beat Como with 2 subs, and 2, make a preseason happen with a lot of international players coming back late, some of them just signed, and missing some key players. That's what Giuntoli is asking Motta right now, and that will not go down well with Motta and also on the field. We're gonna see hiccups more than we should, in my opinion. That's how I view it. You know, we will have a bumpy ride, and I expected a bumpy ride, but it will be even worse right now. It will be much worse right now. I'm going to the Roma game. I got my tickets. It's the 1st of September, I think we play, literally. I think it's the 1st of September, the game. It's a Sunday, so I'm assuming it's the 1st of September, that game. That team out there is probably going to be the team out there that we see on Como, against Como. And for me, that's like, if you look at other teams, if you look at Milan, yes, it just signed Fofana, but in general, the squad is ready. Inter, the squad were ready, and they did their business extremely early, that whatever they needed to fix, and they are just gonna start flying. They are just gonna absolutely start flying, you know, because they were ready and they signed a few issues here and there. They signed it immediately. I'm not sure what I need to check. Romano. He's saying the same thing over and over again. So they're ready, you know. Napoli are in a messy situation, kind of with us. You know, it's all over the place. Missing players. Is Osimhen gonna leave? He wants to leave. It's messy over there. I get it. Roma, kind of done. You know, only Dybala out, but that was expected that they were gonna move out one of these players because it made no sense what they're trying to do. Then you have Milan, as I said. You have Fiorentina, Koopmeiners, but they're about ready. Lazio are just Lazio. Atalanta, it's just Koopmeiners, O'Reilly. Is it going to happen? That's the situation for them. But we are missing key players. We have no wingers. You know, you're still chasing that one midfielder. Like, it's a lot, you know, because the players we're chasing are starters. They're not bench players. They're not squad players. They are starters. Koopmeiners is a starter. He is. Gonzalez is a starter, or like for the club. That's why they're pursuing. Conceição, like these players are, in the eyes of the club, starters, and they are not here. So that's my situation, or that's my problem right now. Before I talk about Koopmeiners, people in the chat, keep it cool, man. There's no Allegri's not here anymore, so forget about it. He's gone. Como got outclassed by a horrible Sampdoria squad if you don't win 3-0. I watched that game. They were not playing with the full 11. They missed a couple of players. They subbed them in as well, but they looked horrible. Actually, they went up, and I still have no idea how they went up, because if I watch some Serie B, or like I have it on at times, especially Saturday when they play, it's all the games at once, you know, and they switch. They went up, and credit to them, but I still cannot believe they went up. They were not. Like, there were far better teams in Serie B, you know, but it's one-off games, and they did it, so credit to them, I guess. Varane is injured. R&B comps, and I don't rate Varane at this stage in his career, you know. That should not be a player any team should fear, you know. If he plays for Como at age 31, I'm sorry, there is a reason. Pelotti in 2004 isn't in threat. Yeah, not even in 2001, to be honest. I don't want to jinx it, but yeah. Okay, Koopmeiners, next deal. Because the Koopmeiners deal is somebody's gonna need to write a book about it, or like at least a very, very. Fabregas doesn't play for Como. He's the coach, not on paper, but he is the coach basically, and part owner as well. But he doesn't play. He retired like a year and a half ago or a year ago. But yeah, Koopmeiners. That deal at the end of the summer, if he joins or he doesn't join, I need to have a full detailed article from a reliable person as well. You know, not from Nico. What's his name? Hanin? Nico Semerano. Tweeting out, here we go, sitting in the pool. But yeah, I need an article, like a detailed one, from a good journalist talking about that Koopmeiners situation. Not from July, from January, when Di Marzio said, and actually everybody said, once the January window closes, Giuntoli is going to talk with Atalanta because Koopmeiners is the main guy. At that point, he knew that Motta was going to be the coach, and probably Motta told him that is the main target. That is the main guy. So from January to August the 15th, with Koopmeiners not show up in training, telling Gasperini, I want to join Juve. Gasperini coming out saying he wants to join Juve. All these things, and it's the 15th of August, and we're still sitting here. Now, apparently they refused our 50 plus 5 offer, so we offered 52 plus 7. And according to some leaks here and there, we're going to pay that in over a couple of seasons, basically. It's not going to be all up front, whatever, we knew that. So let's say it's almost 60 million euros that we're paying for Koopmeiners. Let's say 60 million euros for Koopmeiners is what we are offering, with a fixed fee and a bonus. Right now, I don't even think it's about O'Reilly. I don't even think Atalanta are actually sitting there like, oh, we need O'Reilly before, locked and loaded. That, oh my God, I cannot believe a guy speaks those, utters those words on Twitter. But yeah, O'Reilly. I was saying O'Reilly. I don't think Atalanta are actually sitting there scared of not signing O'Reilly, and that's why they're not releasing Koopmeiners. I think they're actually genuinely pissed, and they're just holding this out for ages. Because I don't think Atalanta is sitting there as well being like, no, we want 2 million more, otherwise you're not gonna get Koopmeiners. I don't think that's the issue right now. Because if there's no issues with Koopmeiners, whatever, and he trained, and we made that offer ages ago, I think they would have accepted. I really do. But it's come to a point where they are extremely pissed with us, or with Koopmeiners, whatever. Probably Koopmeiners more so, because I don't think Giuntoli told Koopmeiners to not show up in training. Because that's actually burning down bridges with the entire Serie A. Because they will talk and they will like, that's how Giuntoli operates. So I don't think that's the situation. And we will hear leaks after it happens or doesn't happen that maybe they agreed on a term, or they told Koopmeiners the previous summer, if an offer of 50 million or so comes in, you can leave, but then you had a better season, and maybe Atalanta said, no, we want more now, and Koopmeiners were like, this is not fair, not the agreement. Maybe it's something like that, and that will make me fully understand why Koopmeiners like, okay, this was not what we agreed on, so I'm not training. I get it, but that news hasn't come out at this moment in time. So, actually, it can go really quickly. Tomorrow, we can wake up, and Gudmundsson is on his way to Genoa, and Fiorentina will be like, okay, you can go now. We got our guy, and Atalanta can be like, okay, we paid what we needed for O'Reilly. Koopmeiners, you can leave as well. Actually, even if they don't sign O'Reilly, just to make it clear, I saw, what's the name of the Atalanta CEO? I forgot the name now. I blanked it out. Anyways, he was speaking before kickoff, and he talked about Koopmeiners, and he basically said, hey, people at this age make mistakes. I'm like, he's 26. Like, he's not a kid. That's not a mistake. That's a clear intent, He has a clear intent of not playing anymore for Atalanta, willing to join Juve. Even, like, I don't even... Percassi, yeah. I don't even know how, after everything that happened, what had been said, has been said, I don't even know how how are you not going to sell Koopmeiners right now? Because imagine Koopmeiners coming in and start the second game of Atalanta. I don't know who they play. I want to say Sassuolo, but they're going down. They went down. Genoa. Atalanta played Genoa second day, and Gasperini is like, here you go, home fans. Koopmeiners, who actually didn't train for a couple of weeks because he wanted to join Juve, back in the squad. Like, that's insane. Excuse me, that's insane. Like, that cannot happen. That's crazy. That's not you saying Koopmeiners needs to leave, but he ends up staying. You're like, okay, we play him. You know, that's actually a player who has went to the doctor and said, I'm stressed out, I cannot train. Who went to Gasperini and said, I'm not doing this anymore because I want to join Juve. Figure it out. You cannot integrate that player back into the squad. There's no coming back from that. That's like Di Lorenzo. Actually, I don't know how Napoli fans are actually going to welcome him back, because that's insane. They can come out saying, oh, we were never in talks with Juve. Come on. If every single journalist out there puts out the same story for weeks, you had all the time in the world to deny that via your agent. The fact that you didn't, there's a clear reason why you did it. You know, so I don't even know how you integrate. That's like, I don't know how to say that anymore. That's like Bremer being in talks with Inter, and then he ends up staying, and he's like, and Motta's like, here we go, Bremer. Like, he's not gonna survive 10 minutes in that first game at home. Like, that will be madness. So I don't even know what game plan Atalanta are gonna do, are playing or handling right now, other than they're just extremely pissed and they're holding up this deal just to hold it up right now, because they have the money to sign O'Reilly. It's just they are taking ages right now. And Julian's right. Over 100 people here, and we only have 60 likes. So push the like button. You know, if everybody clicks that like button right now, we will reach 100, and it does help out the channel massively, more than you can imagine. But thanks everybody who's watching anyway. I hope we get cold, because I think Samacic would have been good, not good enough. Okay, so many people in the chat. Let me know. Let's say the figure to sign Koopmeiners is 60. Round it off, 60 including bonuses. Is that a fair price? How much did we, according to you, people in the chat, overpaid or underpaid? Or is it like smacked on the table, 60 million, he's worth 60 million? Or did we overpay, and how much? Like, how much do you think Koopmeiners is worth right now? Let me know in the comments, because for me, people who watch this channel daily, I like Koopmeiners, and I liked him when he played for AZ Alkmaar. I watched the Dutch league. I always liked Koopmeiners. At Atalanta, even more so, you know, because for me, he is a top player in terms of, like, in Serie A, he is a top player. And before we think about Europe, we just need to think about Serie A. We need to get that back on track right now. Also, we overpay for transfers all the time. I think the only transfer we didn't overpay was Thuram and maybe Di Gregorio. But that doesn't happen often. Like, it does. If you're a top club, you're overpaying most of the time, unless you are insanely talented in scouting and you're signing players from the Belgian league or the Dutch league, whatever, or the Serbian league, and everybody's like, who? And they turn out to be fantastic. But you hit on one, not 5 or 6. So I get that as a top club, you are going to overpay. I'm fully aware of that. Are you overpaying for Koopmeiners? Yes. I thought 50 was the max, in my opinion. You know, I still like Koopmeiners. I'm not going to say because we paid 60, I expect 5 goals more than I was expecting than if we paid 50. That's not on him. Like, that makes no sense to expect more from a player because of the price tag. That's on the club. If the club wakes up tomorrow and they're like, that's a bad... Okay, Raspadori. We are signing Raspadori for 50 million euros. I'm exaggerating. I'm not expecting Raspadori to score 20 goals just because we paid 50. I expect him to score 9 goals, maybe. If we sign him for free, for 5, or for 100 million euros. My expectation for that player doesn't change based on the price tag. Even the wages we give him, that's on the club. Now, if the contract is running out and he's asking for more than he deserves, then I have a problem, and I will call it out, like with Rabiot. But with Vlahovic, we gave him that wage. I'm not expecting Vlahovic to give up that wage, because I wouldn't do that in my normal job. I wouldn't do that. So I don't expect players to give up what they got. You know, that's just how I view things. You know, even with Ramsey, and we had the channel where Ramsey was at the club. I was like, that's on the club. That's not a Ramsey. He's chilling. I wouldn't give that up as being Ramsey as well, knowing I'm injured. This is the last top money I'm gonna earn. Like, screw you. You know, you made the decision. So, let me see. Koopmeiners 35. Well, that's absolutely not true. I'm sorry. That's actually disrespectful. Like, he's not a 35 million euro player. 60 is fair. Overpay 10. Overpay 14. Fair price for a player of his ability. Maybe 60 is too much, but it went too far. Just get him. Yeah, it went too far. Koopmeiners will be judged on the fee. Unfortunately, overpay by 10. I wouldn't judge, Julian. I will not judge Koopmeiners. Like, the media, maybe. I will not do that. You know, because if you ask Koopmeiners is not asking Juve to pay 60 million euros. You know, that's Atalanta. So I'm never ever gonna hold a fee against a player. I will hold that, up against a club, but not against a player. Never. He's worth 45. He's worth around 50. But considering his position, 60, 50. Since payable multiple years were good. I'm good with 60. They rejected 45 from Napoli last year, so I knew it was gonna cost more. Also, they made a very late bid. You know, basically like now, only Koopmeiners was not like, I'm not gonna train. I want to join Napoli. That's kind of the difference. 60 is okay because we have the Juve tax if we buy him from Serie A. That's why I've always said stay away from Serie A. 60-year-old, long contract, not many injuries, Euro success multiple times, double-digit goal scorers. Yeah. 50 million max. We should end up trading on the Italian market. Okay, same. You know. Either way, I think Juve are overpaying, but I won't complain because Kobe is a very good player. I rate Tag as a club legend, like we have Del Piero Nefet. He's actually... Oh. I like Szczesny. I'm probably one of his biggest fans out there, but... no, I don't like. I'm not putting him in that category. I'll talk about Szczesny when I wrap up the show, but I'm not putting him in the Del Piero category. I'm absolutely not doing that. I'm sorry, you know. And I absolutely like Szczesny because I think he was a top player for us. He really was. So, let me see if there's any updates because I don't have Sky on today, and actually it's a holiday, so I'm not even sure if they're actually gonna be on today. Probably not. Didn't check. But yeah. What else? Oh, before I talk about the other stuff, the prediction league is up and running, so you can win a Juve jersey, a voucher for the Juve store, or a free membership. To do so, you need to join the Discord members club. To do so, you need to click the join button underneath this video. Become a member, as you can see on the screen, and then reach out to me on social media, no matter where, you know, personal account, and I will add you into the Discord private section, and you can do the prediction league, the chat, so on, and you can win a jersey or a voucher for the Juve store, like Norbert in the chat, who won this year's prediction league and won the jersey as well. So yeah. Other news, Conceição. That was what I was gonna talk about, Conceição, because I think we made that bid for Conceição. Was it Tuesday? Probably Tuesday, because I didn't do a live on Tuesday. That's when the news kind of broke that we are in talks for Conceição, and actually, according to many sources, he wants to join Pedula. Agreed terms with Conceição. No shocker, we agreed terms with Conceição. That's what we always do, you know. That's what we always do. Agreeing terms with players. That's a very easy part for Giuntoli right now. Again, because you agree terms with players from Porto, Aston Villa, West Ham, Nice, who else? Verona. Like, if you're Juve, it's easy to agree terms from players coming from those type of clubs. No disrespect, but still, you know, it is what it is. It's very easy to agree terms. The issue right now is we have no money. The only money we have, cash, is for Koopmeiners. All the other deals are loans with options or an obligation, basically. That's it. So whatever we offer to Porto, and it is a loan with an option and bonus, whatever. Somebody's saying 4, somebody's saying 6 million loan, whatever. If one report is right, I'm not sure if that was Nico Shira or Pedula or Di Marzio, but if we offered 8 million euros on loan for Conceição, you're going to sign Conceição. Unless he has an insane injury, then you lost the 8 million. But if you spend 8 million euros on Conceição just on a loan, you're going to use that obligation, because you're not going to throw away 8 million. That's too much. We did it with Alcaraz, 4.5. You're not going to do 8 million for Conceição, and you're just not going to sign it. Now, the issue is Porto signed their striker for big money to Bournemouth, 40 million euros. So the cash part is gone. I get, and Julian will bring it up, the family situation with Conceição, where Porto right now is kind of pushing him towards the exit, or he is pushing Porto to push him towards the exit. That's a difference right now. We just need Porto to accept a loan with an option. That's basically it. Fiorentina did it, apparently, for Nico Gonzalez, loan with an obligation, obligation. But I think Porto will need to accept a loan with an option, because I don't think we can do another loan with an obligation right now, for some reason. And maybe somebody in the chat can explain the finances behind that. But that's how it feels right now. And that's what Pedula has been speaking about for a good month and a half right now, that we will sign 2 wingers, one permanent, Nico Gonzalez, loan with an obligation, and the other one on loan, Conceição, loan with option, and a center back, also the same thing, loan with an option, Kalulu, if it's going to go through. So that's the situation right now. Porto need to accept a loan. On Conceição, I'm not that high on Conceição. I think he's a good player on his day. He's very heavily one-footed, which makes him very predictable. Not like Robin was predictable, because Robin was predictable, but nobody could stop him. Nobody could stop Robin. You can stop Conceição. And again, they're not on the same level, but I'm talking about being predictable with your one heavy foot, or your one talented foot. He's that. Now, he can grow for sure, because he's not a bad player. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just, it's a gamble. It's a gamble, in my opinion. It remains a gamble, And with Nico Gonzalez, the gamble for Nico Gonzalez is, will he fit the system, and not, he's not a good player, he's not a proven player, because he has proven it in Serie A. It's more of, is it going to work for Juve? And that's for every player. But with Conceição, it's like, he hasn't proven much right now, and you're asking him to come in and actually be a main guy. That's what you're asking him to do. So it's going to be interesting. That approach is going to be interesting. Who said that Gudmundsson was having his medicals tomorrow? Pedula saying Gudmundsson will have his medicals in the coming hours, so 10 days. Yeah, so probably in the morning, Nico Shira saying the same thing. So Nico Gonzalez could be a done deal tomorrow. Should be a done deal tomorrow. No? Actually, if Giuntoli is not sleeping or is not barbecuing on the 15th of August, because it's a big holiday, but I'm assuming he's out barbecuing right now, he should be going out right now. He should be going out, calling Fiorentina and saying, Gudmundsson is on his way. I know that. Just let Nico Gonzalez fly over to Torino and have his medical on the same time. That's it. That's what should be happening right now. That's what should be happening. Probably not doing that. But if you're Giuntoli right now, you call Rocco Commisso, which is not going to be a good. It's almost a done deal. As Nico Shira saying. But first they have to sign a replacement, so it's not a done deal. People are saying Nico Shira saying Koopmeiners is done, but it's not done. He says it's almost a done deal, but first they have to sign a replacement. So it's the same news. There's no update on Koopmeiners. It's like, yeah, like that has been the news for the last 2 weeks or so. So it's not done for Koopmeiners because he said it's not done. That's absolutely a stinky update, to be honest. But yeah, what was I talking about? Accepted Yeah, but the bid was always gonna be accepted. Like even the 2 million raised, whatever. I don't like. Maybe we raised a bit with 2 million. The price tag was always gonna be the price tag between 55 and 60, and we were always gonna reach that because you're not gonna come into 15th of August offering Atalanta 40 million euros when they want 60. You know, that's what I said months ago. We were always gonna pay close to what Atalanta want, not smack on what Atalanta want, but close. That was always gonna be the case. It was just, were they gonna accept that so late? Yes or no. So that's not really the issue. The issue, like I said earlier on, is releasing Koopmeiners, you know, and potentially signing a replacement, you know. So that's that. But what was I talking about? I blanked out. Oh, Nico Gonzalez, yeah. What Giuntoli should be doing right now is calling up Comiso saying, I know Gudmundsson is on his way tomorrow morning. He's there. Nico Gonzalez should be at the J Medical tomorrow morning as well. It should be done. Like, there should be no wasting time anymore. Get him at the club. Get him at the club. Get him ready. Get him on the bench for Como at least, to have another option on that bench, for God's sake. You know, that's what should be happening. But it's probably not going to happen, is it? You know? Coop will probably be after the Como match. Yeah, 100% sure. He's also 21, Conceição, so he could become good. Yeah, like I said, he's young, so he has a lot of time to still improve, you know? And he will improve. He will improve. It's just, I don't know. Like, I'm not fully sold on Conceição. You know, I think he can be a very good player, but that's my issue, where it's just good. And in a couple of seasons, we're like, we need to upgrade, you know. And that's my biggest fear with Conceição, you know. But yeah, because he doesn't have that X factor where I'm like, okay, you have something special I'm looking for in that position. Nor does Nico Gonzalez, by the way. You know, I'm not saying that, but he's proving and he's steady. That's what the club is looking for right now. But on all positions, steady, fine, but you need to have some X factor as well in the team, and I don't think he has that right now. Let me see the chat. They don't have a white collared shirt ready for the medical check though. Yeah. Probably not. What's your prediction for Locatelli this year? Do you think he will have a good season? What do you mean with good? I will answer that, but what do you mean with good? You know, are you talking goal involvement? Like I don't know. I'm not sure. With Locatelli, I have the same thing over and over again. I like Locatelli, but I think he's inconsistent, and I don't rate him like many do rate him. I also do not rate him as many do not rate him, because you have with Locatelli there are two extremes. There are people who are insanely high on him, you know, and it's like wow, and you have players the other extreme. Oh, he's absolutely crap. I'm in the middle, you know. But with Locatelli and with Vlahovic, no matter the wages, and I get Vlahovic's wages, if this season they do not perform, they're out. If Locatelli doesn't play up to par, he will be moved on last summer. I don't like Italian or no Italian. They proved that with Chiesa, they don't care. They will move you out. Same for Vlahovic. Yes, the contract is massive, but they will force you out. And I also think Vlahovic is that type of player who will know that I'm not wanted here. I will move if I'm being forced out, you know. But this season for both these players, Vlahovic and Locatelli, it will be massive. If they don't play up to a certain standard, I don't think they will be here next summer. I don't think they will be at the club next summer. I really don't. I hope Locatelli will do well this season so we can sell him for some money next year. Yeah, like that's the extreme. One of the extreme. I don't get why people rate him. He's been shite since he has been at the club. Obviously, I hope he does well this season. I won't say shit, you know. I think he's been underwhelming and a bit confusing at times. That's where I stand with Locatelli. I'm calling him to be a flop of the season. I really hope I'm wrong. Celtic have rejected a 4 bid from Atalanta for O'Reilly. Coop will never be released. Who said that? And I wouldn't be shocked because Atalanta are raising those offers with €1 million every single day. So it's gonna take a lot of days before they reach, what is it, 25 that or 30? No, 25 that Celtic won. You know, it's taking ages because they're offering 1 million extra every single season, every single day basically. Same with Milan, they're all top teams. Clubs should not. I don't understand that one. But yeah, what's strange is Fab has never implied this domino effect. Which domino effect are you talking about? Nico Gonzalez? Because he did. Bit rejected. What are we talking about? Is it Koopmeiners? It's a Koopmeiners, but we know what the situation is. Gianluca Di Marzio said it. Let me see what Di Marzio said. When did he say that? An hour ago? Let me see what Di Marzio said on O'Reilly really quickly. Okay, so what Di Marzio said on O'Reilly is that... No, he didn't say O'Reilly. Let me see, Danzo... Okay, so Celtic refused a fourth offer from Atalanta for O'Reilly, but they also have been looking at Samardzic as a possible alternative for O'Reilly, so they can get the Koopmeiners deal done and dusted, basically. However, they're still holding out right now, but yeah, we knew that. We knew that. So yeah. I've not generally disliked a Juve player in a very long time more than McKennie. Damn it. You switched that up really quickly. You switched that up really quickly. They rejected 25 for him, but Shira said it could be close for 20. Okay, a lot of things are happening, and I'm not following right now. When did he said that for O'Reilly? That they will accept 26, 27? You keep me up to date. Fab's stance has been clear. The bids aren't being accepted. He's implying it to be if the bid is accepted, player will be sold. It sounds like money is nah. Okay, now I understand your point that Romano is implying that money is the issue for Atalanta. But if you're following the news, it's not. Like, they want the replacement, and on top of that, they're extremely pissed with Koopmeiners. The price we're offering right now is always the price for Koopmeiners. Because if Atalanta, like, we want more than 65, Koopmeiners actually might go to the doctor for an entire season and not show up at that stage. Because I think he will lose his shit. If Atalanta's like, no, 60 is not enough, he wants 65, you know? Fab said Atalanta rejected Juve's offer. Yeah, the first offer, he said, I think. And now we upgraded the offer, apparently. So let's see what they will do with that one. But the price, I don't think, was ever the issue, in my opinion. It's more so the replacement. But yeah. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, Szczesny. Because I was keeping that for last. Because we basically threw away Szczesny's contract, and we are paying Szczesny around 4 million euros over 2 seasons to go away. That's what it is, basically. We're paying Szczesny to go away. A situation that's very surreal, in my opinion. Again, when it comes to players saying he's on too much money, I agree. I don't think if you're not Buffon, you shouldn't be on that money. You know, I 1000% agree with that, you know. But I'm not going to hold that against a player again. For me, the issue is that I still think he's a top goalie. I think he has been top 2, top 3 player of for Juve ever since he joined. And I'm not pushing it. I know we had some dodgy moments here and there, but the times he saved us, you know, people, you know what it is? A dodgy moment will be remembered more than the other things. And if you talk about dodgy moment, people are like, oh, it's Porto, it's Udinese, and it's a year, and like it's a dodgy moment a year. He had one period of time where a good, I don't know, let's say three months where he was actually extremely dodgy. And even that season, towards the end, he was saving our asses, you know, so many times. So on Szczesny, he is one of the most disrespected players I've seen at the club, personally, you know, where he's been that good at a good, extremely good level, in my opinion, for a very long time, and he gets hate, whatever, you know. I think it's a sad situation, the way you kind of let him walk, you know. It's not even a farewell, it's nothing, it's just pack your bags and leave, basically like Marquisio almost, you know, pack your bags and go out. We signed the replacement. I think it's mismanaged. I think if you sign Di Gregorio, you should be 1,000% sure you can move on Szczesny. I know you cannot wait for Di Gregorio to get that deal done, but still, he's a very good goalkeeper, and you manage to actually make a loss on him because you need to pay him. You actually need to pay 4 million to keep him away from the Continassa, basically. So it's a very situation. Now, somebody said he's a legend. He's not a legend. For me, like, I like Szczesny, but he's not a legend. He's not a legend, and I've said it many times. For me personally, before Cuadrado joined Inter, people are like, he's a legend. He's not a legend. I don't think Dybala is a legend of the club, because legends for me are Buffon, Chiellini, Del Piero. Like, those are legends for me. Like, those are absolutely legends. And then you have a tier below, greats, whatever, But I'm not gonna put these players in there, So Cuadrado's still a legend. He's not a legend. I'm sorry. Like, if I need to put Cuadrado in a list with Del Piero, Buffon, and Chiellini, then I'm out. I will end the stream and I'm out. But they're great. Szczesny is a great. Dybala is a great of this club, in my opinion. But they're not legends. However, the situation is kind of sad. It is sad. But he's gone. Contract terminated. No more Szczesny. Di Gregorio, you better step up. You better make it work right now. And Julian is right. Like the video, because we only have 75 likes, and I want to wrap this one up with at least 90 likes. So 70 more people need to push the like button. That will be top. Tag is still a top 15 goalie in the world. It wasn't a luxury we could afford, in my opinion. The wages are extreme. I get it. I thought one of Giuntoli's strengths was finding unknown players. Yes, and I still think he will. But like I said on my podcast with Kanan, I think the club is caught in two minds, where it's like, we need to improve the squad now, and also we need to make sacrifices financially for the next gen. As Scanavino did an entire interview saying that right now, that's our situation. It's not fun, but that's it, And I don't think the club is looking to sell every single youngster that comes through from the get-go, not even giving them an opportunity. But right now, we're in that situation right now. It's clearing off the books, telling players you're not training with it anymore. Not even with the first team. Kids, you're not training with the first team. That's the sad situation financially. We are desperate to get rid of these players. Underselling, not giving some opportunities. That's it. I'm not expecting it to be like this for another 2-3 years. That should not be the aim. The aim should not be, we have a good youngster, you loan them out and you sell them. If they're actually quality, you actually use them as well. But right now, that's who we are, and it's sad, but I made my peace with it, basically. Don't be stingy like Atalanta and like the video. Yeah. What do you think? We will get 2 left-footed wingers? Because Yildiz is right and plays on the left side. We has right foot too, but play on the right side because he shit with his left foot. At least he can. Right now, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I will talk about that when we actually sign a player. It's actually by the like we talked about left-footed center backs, and we're ending up with, not even Kalulu maybe. So we wasted an entire summer talking about left-footed center back playing up from the back, and we might be ending up with Facundo Gonzalez saying, So yeah, like let's get those wingers over the line, and then we'll talk about it. We're one Bremer injury away from being fucked. Oh yeah. 1,000%. Like I can just envision going to the Bernabeu with Gatti and Danilo at the back. In worst case scenario, Gatti and Kalulu at the back. And yeah, if you watch that game yesterday against Atalanta, like just the thought will make you cry. We are actually one Bremer injury away from being absolutely screwed. Because you have Gatti, who I don't trust. You have Danilo, who is towards his end of his career, in my opinion. You have Cabal, who's absolutely not ready. And maybe you have a Kalulu who played, I don't know, a total of 3 games last summer. That's insane. You're one Bremer injury away from playing these players. That will be... That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. What do you say about Yildiz getting the 10? Good for him. Again, I feel sorry for Yildiz because he got the 10. And actually, I was like, I usually don't do that. I'm like, let me go check some of the comments under his Instagram post. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Or on social media, people are slating that kid, and I have no idea why. You know, it's 2024. If you still have an issue with the number 10 on the jersey, I'm sorry, you've been out. Like, you can have an issue with it, you know, like, I don't like modern football, but at the end of the day, if the new jersey drop and you buy them and buy the jersey, and I did, first time I bought a jersey in about 8-10 years, I don't know, you're part of the issue. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you can complain about it, but you cannot turn around saying, oh my God, Yildiz getting... You're part of it. Because Yildiz gets a 10, that shirt will be sold. It will be up there with sales. I can bet my money on that. It will be up there. People will buy the shit out of that number 10 Yildiz jersey. I know that for a fact. Because that happens every single time. That's why they do that. And people buying them, and or they... Even that yellow kit I know people who buy the 3 jerseys every single season, and they tell me they're horrible, but I'm just gonna buy them because I always do. Well, my friends are part of the issue, you know. Like, you cannot do that and then say, oh my God, Yildiz getting the 10 already, football is gone. I'm like, yeah man, but you buy those jerseys, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're part of the issue you think is an issue we created. So it is a marketing trick. I have absolutely no issue with that, you know. Before Del Piero got the 10, he wasn't that Del Piero. He made it Del Piero 10. And I saw people making excuses. Oh, but 10 was a position back in the day. So what? We don't use the number 10 because it's not really a position in modern football right now. Like, that's crazy talk as well, you know. So I feel sorry for him because he will get pressure, and I have no idea why he will get pressure for the number 10. It's just a jersey number. Like, I'm sorry. The pressure is not the jersey. The pressure is the media and the fans making it sound like putting on that jersey literally weighs, I don't know, 100 pounds extra. That's how some react. Not it weighs more. The idea weighs more. Literally, it weighs much more. So you need to try harder. You know, that's by the media and by the fans. You know, but that's just my opinion. You know, I have no problem with him. I think he will get looked at a bit harsher, but not me. Like, if Yildiz plays a bad game, I'm not gonna say, oh, it's because of the number 10. You know, it's too big for you. That's rubbish. I'm sorry. Like, that's crazy talk. If he plays bad, he plays bad. Like, he plays bad, not because of the number jersey on his back, but because he played bad. Period. It's like Pogba. What was it with Pogba doing the 1 and then writing a plus in between? I'm like, you were rubbish that period. You know, you putting that plus in between did not make you perform at a top level again. You know, you having that one moment and you were like, okay, I'm still that guy, made you do that. Not putting a plus between, what was it? What number? Like, what was it? What, he had 9 or 1? What was it again? Or 6 and 4? Like, he wrote something about it on his jersey. I don't know what it was. Whatever. That didn't make him, and it wasn't the number 10, I think. That didn't make him perform better. Just that one moment where he got that goal and everything flipped for basically the entire team. That was the moment that made you, you know, be like, okay, I'm Pogba and should be doing better. Not writing with a pen on the back of your jersey. You know, that's just I'm sorry, that's crazy talk. Yeah, but he sticks his tongue out like Del Piero. Yeah, you know. Oh my God. Predictions will be, again, I will do my prediction with Julian, but it will be after we play Roma, as we usually do. After the window shuts down, I know we play 3 games, but it's only fair after the window shuts down. The next podcast between me and Julian will be the predictions, and it will be when I'm back from Italy, so between during the international break. So you have a new podcast, but that will be our predictions video, because I saw people asking about it. So like last season, during international break, we will do our prediction video. Let me read out a few more chats, and then I will wrap it up. Yildiz getting the 10 is a disgrace. The guy has one move, make fake, go right, and shoot. I can't see how people are hyping this guy up so much. Keane scored 7 goals at the end of 21 season, and now see where he is. Okay. You might be right, and Yildiz can completely flop, but it's not going to be because of that number 10 jersey. It's not going to be because of that. I don't hype Yildiz at all. Sully should have got that hype instead. It's too early for him to wear the number 10. Just remember Pogba last season when the number 10 before he sold. He started to act like a queen and did not so well. But if he does act like a queen, it's because of the fans pushing up the number 10 like it's something insane. I like Del Piero because he was ridiculously talented. Not because he wore the number 10. If he wore number 99 and he still was balling out, I would still love Del Piero. Everybody would still love Del Piero. It was not because of the 10. He made that iconic because, yeah, he was our best player. He's the biggest legend, and he wore the 10. But if he wore, I don't know, number 9, and it's not, or 11, whatever, then the number 11 would be iconic at the team, you know? So, I don't see the point. That's just me. I don't see the point. The people who are mad at Yildiz 10 are the same people who are mad at Prime being our drink sponsor low. Yeah, I couldn't care less about that as well. You know, they're paying the clubs or whatever. We were all hyping Mostakin like it was Prime R9. Well, definitely nobody was hyping him like it was Prime R9. If so, these people well need to be checked. First world problems can be 99. Oh my god, I know. I just made a mistake. I can't close exists like this. Too emotional over a jersey number. Now I won't call these people a clown because I can see why people are attached to a number. I can see that. Like I'm not whatever. Like I can see that. However, for me personally, I'm like it's just a number. If we win, we win. If it's with Yildiz wearing 10 or Yildiz wearing 6, I just want to win. Like it doesn't matter for me. And maybe because I buy jerseys with no names at the back, maybe that's the reason. I don't know. I just want to win. I just want to win, you know? So no matter what, like if we win the Scudetto next season, not one person is going to be like, oh, but Yildiz is wearing the number 10, man. And you only scored 6 goals. If you win that title at the end of the season, nobody will give 2 tosses about it. And that's what it is at the end of the day, winning stuff. No matter what the jerseys are. It's not emotional. The problem is the club is such a weak point. It's kind of sad. People need to realize football back then and football now are 2 different things. Yeah, giving the prestige 10 to an unproven player. We ain't winning Scudetto low. Yeah, I didn't say that. I was just making a point that if we win it, nobody's going to complain about Yildiz wearing the 10, basically. That was my point. But yeah, that was all what I was trying to say. But yeah, Danilo will be raising the trophy in your face, Ale Capitano Danilo. Hey, he can raise it. If he wins, he can raise whatever he wants. But I don't think he's going to be a main starter down the line. So it would be awkward if he was actually raising that trophy. But yeah, people, I'm going to wrap this one up because my voice is is kind of gone almost. I'll read this one up. Just to make the life fun, if Atalanta rejects our latest bid, what do you think the club should do? What they should do is sign O'Reilly, probably. Not that I know much about O'Reilly, but I think that's just the immediate answer they will have. What I think they will do is they will sign no midfielder. That's what I think will happen, you know. And I'm saying O'Reilly because that means that's almost like, oh, it's like for like, you know, almost like that's the idea. But I didn't watch O'Reilly play, you know. But if you don't sign Koopmeiners, I don't think we will sign any other midfielder, and we will stay like this. I'm hyped to see Mota is the only thing I'm looking forward to. I will do my first preview Sunday live. Looking forward to that as well. I honestly hope we have a consistent lineup so this team can build chemistry and get to know each other. Well, that's not gonna happen right now. Like we have 2 subs on the bench, so that's definitely not gonna happen. You were confident to close Nico Gonzalez signing. Yeah, I mean, thanks, Hanin, but that's also not really an update. Like the club was confident. If Gudmundsson signs for Fiorentina, Gonzalez is gonna sign. Like it's kind of the same news, just worded a bit different. Like I was not sitting here saying I think Nico Gonzalez is not gonna happen. I thought it was gonna happen. It was just, you know, when is Gudmundsson's gonna sign for Fiorentina? That's kind of it's. Oh, not that one. I'm sorry, man. Chill. I refreshed. I don't see it. Why can I not refresh? Give me 1 second. I cannot see it. Oh, here we go. Oh, it's in Italian. Give me 1 sec. So the patience, basically, of Juve is getting thin. For Pierre Kalulu, the club wants an answer tomorrow. Basically, a definite answer tomorrow. Yeah, basically what I was saying. You know, basically what I was saying. The club is running out of patience for Kalulu, as it should be. Like, because this is embarrassing. I'm sorry. It really is embarrassing, and that's what it should be. Because you're waiting on a player that's Plan D. That's just insane. Let me get the tweet out for the people really quickly. Let me see. 1 second, people. It's actually insane how he worded that tweet. If he lacks conviction or like, yeah, conviction basically, or like motivation for to join, then yeah, it doesn't make sense for signing. I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's the obvious one. Like, if he doesn't want to join, then I'm sorry, just sitting there and you're just wasting everybody's time, and it's just insane. You know, it's just, maybe it's just me, but that's insane. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. Let me read out the chat again. Malta being caught for doping and being banned. No. Giuntoli should. Oh my God. Giuntoli should tell Kalulu to kick rocks. Well, that's basically what he's doing right now. Now, imagine a player who's not really sure if he wants to join you, and then Giuntoli calls you up, or your agent calls you up today, and it's like, Giuntoli called me, you better answer before tomorrow, otherwise they're gone. Like, what? Like, even if he joins, it already feels completely off. It feels like a player who's not 1,000% sure to be here. Like, yeah, man, it's just insane, you know. Chiesa for Salamanca would be the saddest shit in Juve history. I might deactivate the account if we sign Salamanca. Oh my God. My Danilo agenda might be shifting to Salamanca. That would be ridiculous. We didn't talk about Chiesa. And for the people waiting for me to give a Chiesa jersey away, it's probably not going to happen as I predicted. Because the club told them, you can train with the other guys. You're not training with the first team. Even knowing that we have 3 players on the bench for the Como game. Like, that's how insane the situation is with Chiesa. Still no offer, so. If a player even has one doubt in his mind about joining Juve, the offer should be taken off the table. I can see needing to be convinced a little bit. But if you're that type of player and you're taking that much time, then I'm sorry. I cannot deal with that. I want a Chiesa jersey on all Juve cast last year, low. Yeah, but people were trying to win this one. So, we should try for Laporte from Saudi. Oh my God, his wages are. If you have a problem with, like, he needs to come and he needs to drop his wages with 75%. He's not gonna do that. I wouldn't do that. At this age of my career, I would not join Juve. Like, rebuilding, I'm just chilling over there, cashing it. That's what I would be doing. I think Chiesa must have pissed off Juve management. They're just throwing away like trash. Yeah, something definitely happened right there. But I'm not gonna say it's money or so. We'll just wait and see. And people, I only need 5 more likes to actually hit 100 likes on this live. So do me this favor and push the like button. Only 5 people need to hit the like button, and we will end the stream with 100 likes. I will end the stream if we actually reach 100 likes. So push it. Tomorrow, daily and a new podcast. Different type of podcast. Oh no, it's a football. It's Juve related, but it's also Serie A related. It's going to be fun, so stay tuned for that as well. And then Sunday, live preview. First one of the season. Actually, I'm actually looking forward to the season. No matter the transfer situation, no matter not having, like, not even a Sunday league squad in terms of numbers as well. I'm still looking forward to play against Como. Like, I'm still looking forward to kickstart the season because it ended that poorly that I was happy it ended. Then the Euros came, but it's not the same for me. It's not the same vibe, emotions, whatsoever. But to have it back right now is fun. The only bad thing is we play on a Monday, and against Verona we play on a Monday as well. I hate Monday kickoffs, but it is what it is, I guess. And then Sunday, Roma, where I'm actually going to that game. I will be out for a week. I will still be putting out videos, but I will be out from lives, definitely. But happy the season is back, you know. Really happy. Also looking forward to Motta's presser on Sunday. It's going to be interesting what type of questions he will be asked. Lineup-wise, I think that speaks for itself. Probably Fagioli and Cabal will be benched, and yeah, that's it. You know, that's about it. So that will definitely not be a topic. Other than that, are you worried or are you pissed off that you only got 2 players on the bench, basically, you know, and Milik injured? So it's going to be interesting, but that's going to be for Saturday and Sunday and definitely Monday for the match reaction. But people, we hit 100 likes, so thanks everybody in the chat. If you're new, subscribe. If you're rewatching, same thing. Appreciate everybody. I will be back live tomorrow, as I said. And yeah, that's it for me. Let's see if something will kick off tomorrow. Nico Gonzalez, Koopmeiners, I don't know. Kalulu, maybe, picking up the phone, you know, Conceição, who knows? We will talk about that definitely tomorrow. But that's it for me, people. Thanks for joining. Have a good evening, day, or morning for some of you. And stay safe.